Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for being here today. I think I got the comments working, maybe. Um, sorry, it's been um, a busy day, and technology is mostly cooperating, but our comments weren't coming up here, so I've been trying to figure that out. It looks like I think they're working. At least to some degree. Let's see here. Kimberly is here, says hello everyone, working on Christmas treats. Nice. Like food treats or beating treats? What kind of treats? Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Suzanne says hello and good holiday wishes to all. We'll not be watching tomorrow. Yeah, I think we'll probably do a live tomorrow, but we haven't decided for sure. So we'll see. We'll probably be on. Christmas Eve is one of those days that for me it was a big day. Um, we always went to my mom's mom, my grandparents on my mom's side. We went to their house on Christmas Eve and had our celebration. And then we went to my dad's parents, my grandparents on his side, on Christmas Day. So that's how we kind of always split it up in my family. So they were both big days for us. Um, and uh, yeah, it's we always had kind of Christmas celebration on my mom's side, Christmas Eve, kind of earlier, not really earlier in the day, earlier in kind of the evening. We'd start around 5 or so, probably 6 o'clock supper, which is when they always had supper. Um, and we would go until all hours of the night. We'd have food, and then we would, of course, the grown-ups would start cleaning up, and we'd have the kids, we would run around. So it wasn't a normal, we didn't have a tree there with packages under the tree that we would open. Um, my grandmother and I think my aunt helped her. They would plan out this whole list from Santa, and they would hide presents all over the house. So sometimes they'd be hidden in the washing machine or underneath the sink or behind the door in the closet, or so they would be hidden all over the house. And there was this list from Santa, and Santa always said a little bit of something at the beginning, and then they would give us clues as to where we could find our next present. And my brother and I would run through the house to get to the next gift. Um, and so it was sometimes an hour or hour and a half long, probably, production of finding all of our gifts and then opening them. So we'd bring them back. We'd find one, we'd bring it back, we'd open it, take pictures, all that stuff, talk about it a little bit, and then go to the next one. And so, and sometimes start playing with them there, you get sidetracked. So we would do things like that. And it was always such a fun thing. It was just a different way of doing it. And I loved it so much. Um, but on my dad's side, it was more like a typical Christmas gathering because there were so many kids. On my mom's side, it was just me, my brother, and my cousin, but he was a little bit older by that point. So, um, he didn't really run around looking for stuff. We would kind of grab his too sometimes and bring them back for him. Um, but and it was just the three of us. That was the most amount of kids really that were ever there. On my dad's side, we had sometimes, I'm trying to think, two, four, six, seven, sometimes seven or more kids, plus all the adults. Um, so that's a lot of, you can't run around and do things like that. So we would just have, usually food started around noon or 1. We would have an early dinner there, um, or I guess you would call it dinner. It was dinner food, but it was lunchtime. But it was Christmas dinner. And then we would all go into the living room, and they did have a tree, and all the packages would be under the tree. And one kid usually one or two kids were designated every year to be the passer outer of all the gifts. And you always wanted that job, but they rotated every year. So it took a while for that job to come back around to you. But it was always fun to hand things out, and we would hand them out one at a time, and people would open them and take pictures, um, and it was more of a calm experience there. Whereas at my mom's family, it was kind of rowdy. And my grandfather always kept his house on my mom's side very warm. He had a wood stove and usually the fireplace going. And so my brother and I, we'd be like taking clothes off, shirts off, running around in shorts. By the time we were, by the time we were done, we were like roasting hot from running around. But then we would sit around the table with all the family and look at the things that that we liked the most, or were interested in the most at that point. And the adults would generally have like coffee decafs usually, because at that point it was pretty late. And we'd all have dessert together and kind of play with things and hang out and tell stories about their childhood growing up, which was always fun. um, so it was a good, both days were great celebration days. Um, and so Christmas Eve is always one of those days that feels a lot like Christmas to me. It feels like the day, we should be celebrating that too. And so um, I always have a hard time doing any kind of work on Christmas Eve because it always is it's such a part of my history that we always had fun as a family and did things together. But I will be going to my brother's on Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve lately has been kind of one of those days that we don't really do a whole lot. We sometimes take the day off, sometimes don't. Sometimes we work through it. Depends how things go. Anyway, um, Michelle's watching hockey. Nice. And have PT today. Good. Norma's here. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining us. It looks like my comments are not keeping up. Anne is here. Hello, Anne. Don't see Anne showing up there. So unfortunately, my comments are not keeping up. So I'm going to keep looking this way because my comments are over here. So keep the comments coming. It helps a lot. Our numbers on these videos, the number of people watching always goes up the more comments we have. So please keep those comments coming. If there's something that I say that you can respond to, please do. It does help a lot. It helps me also mentally feel like I'm not talking to myself and I'm not the most uninteresting person in the world, because sometimes I feel like that when I don't hear anybody saying anything or see anybody saying anything. Um, so how are you all doing? What's going on with you all? Are you celebrating the holidays? Are you feeling the holidays yet? Um, Michelle says, hubby and I have been improving. That's good. I got your email the other day too, Michelle. I don't think I've replied. I've um I've been here and there with email. I've been not I've been running around so much doing a lot of different things, just getting ready for the holidays and trying to keep work going and trying to keep everything in the household going. So it's been hard. So I haven't gotten to some emails, but I did get your email, Michelle. Um, Anne is off now until Monday. Nice. That's awesome. Says I don't feel that festive though. Yeah, it's a hard one, right? Oh, Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Thank you for joining in. It says, but I got a good package from AG yesterday, so that was fun. Oh, good. I'm glad it made it. Um, so yeah, we're today, what did I do today? It's like, what did I do today? I sorted things today. Got some more packages sorted for all of you out there. Worked on some of that. Got some. I had to go. I was at the cottage. I ran some pellets up to the cottage. I I'm like, there's something like there's some I went to the grocery store. That's the biggest thing I did today. And you would think it would not be that big of a deal. But it was packed. It was packed. Um, like I rarely see our grocery store with that number of people and that number of cars in the parking lot. But um, I don't know if they're open tomorrow. Usually they're open tomorrow. And maybe that's why usually I go on Christmas Eve probably to get my supplies to make Christmas dinner. I'm making a lasagna to take up to my family. But I don't know. Uh I didn't wanna wait till the last minute because sometimes I have to run to 3 or 4 different grocery stores to get the things I need because, like, the ricotta is out or the mozzarella is out. So I went today, and I am I was glad that I did. Even though it was very busy, I was able to get everything in one stop, so that was good. I also bought, food to make for us today because, I realized I'm like, "I'm not making this lasagna until, um, for 2 days now." So I got food for today and tomorrow so that we in case the grocery store is closed. And I think tonight I'm either gonna make spaghetti, um, or I bought stuff to make soft tacos, and I think that's what I'm gonna make tonight. I got some fake ground meat along with some refried beans and lettuce, tomato, a few peppers, and an onion, and I'll saute all that stuff up, and we'll have some salsa and stuff like some shredded cheese on top in soft tacos. So I think that's what we're gonna have tonight. Um, and then probably pasta tomorrow, even though I'll be making lasagna. But that's not going to stay here. That's going to go with me. I'll bring some back for Andrew if he doesn't go. But yeah, that's what I did today. Went to the grocery store, did a lot of sorting of things. Um, Tried to plan a little bit for tonight, but I didn't plan very well. I took a lot of pictures today. Andrew's ornaments, all the ones that we showed last night are now in the online store. So from this point on, if you want things from any of those ornaments, those little trickster or mare trickster ornaments, they are available in the online store and you can just grab them there. A few people have grabbed them, so thank you. His Mothman ornaments are in the online store. I took some pictures of some of my dishes that I made. Um, I still had a few that were laying around that I never got online. So I added those to the online store just here before the live and posted about those. So if you're looking to get one of my dishes, if you haven't yet, one of them I think just sold right before the live. So thank you out there. I know you're watching. I appreciate that. And I think there are 4 still available in there. There's one of my dad's garage series vessels still available. One of the 3 are still in the online store. So you can check that out if you're interested. Um, Anne says, I think it would be a big deal. I try to avoid all stores after Thanksgiving. Too scary. I did go to the co-op today. It wasn't too crowded. That's good. Yeah, I definitely um I don't know why I didn't think it would be that crowded. I guess for me, tomorrow's the normal day to go. um, the night before, the day before the big holiday, that's usually when I end up going. So it surprised me a little bit, but it shouldn't have. It was busy. I'm also chilly in here, so sorry if I'm a little bit chilly. Um, it's we don't have our little heater in here, and we keep this room closed so the cats aren't running around in here. Because there's a lot of things they should not be getting into, and we put them here in the office. So it keeps the heat out of here a little bit, and it's a little chilly. So I'm just like, um, that's what it is. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Says I asked my PT if I can start making jewelry again, said Michelle. She said I can go by how I feel, not to overdo it, and make sure I sit correctly. That's good. Try and invest in a good chair too, probably if you can. I know there are some nice chairs out there. I know they get very expensive, but with your issues with all that, it's probably best to invest in that if you can. Ava's here. Hello, Ava. Thanks for joining us. Says, we are having takeout pizza tonight. Tomorrow, my cousin is cooking. Then on Christmas Day, I'm making sliders and sweet potato fries. Decided to go easy this year. That's awesome. That sounds actually super delicious. I love sweet potato fries. I love little sliders, even though I don't eat meat, but the faux meat sliders would be delicious. I would take those for sure. Um, so that's good. Yeah, pizza sounds good too. We just had pizza the other night from takeout. So I didn't want to do that again because we've had pizza a few times the last week or two. Um, but I was very tempted just to get a pizza because after the live, it's after I get everything done in the spreadsheet and the invoicing, the sorting, and all that. I'm trying to be very good about all that. It's also it it it's hard to cook a meal after that because I'm usually worn out by then. But I didn't. I'm gonna make soft tacos tonight. Andrew is not with us today. He may pop in the comments, maybe, but he has been up. Um, he just went to sleep at around 5:30 tonight. So from the time you saw him yesterday, he had been up. Um, for a large part of the day. And then he came, well, you didn't see him, but you heard him on the live last night. He was up all night until 5:30 this evening. He just went to bed. So I'm not waking him up. Um, but he was working on he showed those Krampus ornaments, the actually kind of round ornament looking ones. He was working on a bunch of those. I don't know if there's five, six, seven of them. I don't know how many he has down there. I didn't count them, but they look amazing. And I don't know if they're ready for the live or not. So unless he wakes up of his own volition and tells me that they're ready for the live, he didn't leave me information as far as pricing or availability on those. So um, for those of you who got a sneak peek yesterday, if you like those, they are very close to being finished, I believe, because he worked literally almost 24 hours on them since you saw them last. Um, so if he does not wake up and we don't show them here on the live, stay tuned on Facebook and Instagram and all that, and the website. They'll probably go directly to the website if that's the case, or maybe we'll show them tomorrow. But if you're interested in those Krampuses, they are awesome. I'm just going to say it. I think they're one of the most fun and one of the best ornaments he's done in a while. I like the little ones that he's done recently with the painted wood and the Mothman and the tricksters. They're cool. They're fun. But these Krampuses are like works of art, I think. Like, not that his other ones aren't, but you know what I mean. Like, these are nice. Um, and if you got a chance to see the preview of them yesterday that we showed, you have an idea of what I mean, but they've gotten better since then. So um, they are truly kind of, I would say, kind of like collector's items, collector ornaments. Um, and so I'm excited about them, but I can't just take them and show you. That wouldn't be right because I don't know what stage they're in, if he's ready to show them or not, and I don't have pricing on them yet. So we need to talk about that yet. But he just, like I said, went to bed at 5:30, so I wasn't going to wake him up for the live. Um, let's see here. Um, Anne says, Michelle, hope it goes well. Um, It says, thank you, Anne. Says, I actually have a new wheelchair that is really good. Oh, good, good. That's important. That's important. Um, Norma says, I'm with you, Anne. I generally avoid any shopping except necessary groceries from Thanksgiving to New Year's. Yeah, I don't do a lot of shopping. We get little gifts for the kids. And my mom usually helps with that because we don't see them enough often or to know what they need or want. So my mom helps us with that. And a lot of times we do order those online, which is kind of bad, but they're kids and they want the things that, you're not going to go to the local small business to get. So we mostly order those online when we do. So we never do a lot of shopping in stores other than groceries. Um, because it's just we don't have a lot of extra funds to be shopping. So unless it's for gifts or for other people, we don't really do a lot of that. But yeah, around this time it's really hard to be out and about, I think. um, but yeah, so what are you all having for dinner? What's going on? What are you all doing? um, like I said, we're doing soft tacos tonight. It's gonna be good. I'm like dreaming of them kind of. I've been working. I was going to take a break from doing the online posting and stuff and go ahead and just make the dinner and have it ready. But they're kind of like I like to eat them when they're warm or hot, and it's hard. Like I don't want to just let them sit down there and for the entire live because the lives are like 2, 3 hours by the time I get back down from start until I'm done with all of my work and get back downstairs. It's usually at least 10:30 to 11 o'clock. Um, so that's like 3, 3.5 hours. I didn't want the food to sit. So I'm gonna make it after. Danette's here. Hello, Danette. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Um, yeah, that's I don't really have much to report today. I feel like I'm boring today, but it was just a lot of running around and preparing for the holidays and I did a little cleaning, a little redding up, as we say here in Pennsylvania, a little redden up, cleaning up the a little bit of the area down by our computer, and we had kind of had an explosion of product happen down there. We've been working on some kits. Andrew's been working on a few little kits, and I've been taking pictures down there because the light seems to be better down there than in here sometimes. So um, I've been doing that, and it kind of like got out of control. We had it all right before Thanksgiving. Our dining room was actually pretty nice. We had things, not quite exactly where we want, but we had some open table space and we could eat on our table and then immediately after that it filled up with stuff. And so I tried to get through and do a little bit of cleaning so that I could do some more work and sorting down there today. Um, Suzanne had quiche and wild rice. Tomorrow we're having gumbo. Ooh, gumbo sounds good. Gumbo sounds really good. Danette says, doing well. How are all of you? We're good. We're good. Norma says, I had the last of my first pound of chipped ham. The second pound is in the freezer to be enjoyed next time I get the craving. Nice. You went through that pretty quick. Um, that's good. I like it too. Well, I did anyway. Let's see here. Did I miss something? Uh, oh, Susie said, no dinner tonight. My boss took us out to lunch at Red Lobster, so I'm full. Nice. I saw Norma said, nice boss, Susie, but I didn't see the comment. That's awesome. That's a nice boss. Um, um, yeah, I've also been like, I'm very uncomfortable. Not to, I'm very uncomfortable today. I have on like long underwear underneath my pants, like, it's not that cold out. It was like 48 degrees today. It was pretty nice, but I felt chilly all day. Like, I feel like there's a chill in the house. And I don't think it helps. Like, we have a separate heater in our bedroom that we run that keeps the bedroom warmer than the rest of the house. So I get used to sleeping in there. And inevitably at night, even with the heater on, I go through a cold spell because your body calms down, right? And you get chilly. Um, so by the time I wake up in there, I'm already chilly. And then I come out to the rest of the house, which is colder than that room. And the whole day, I feel like I'm cold. And so today I put on long underwear underneath my pants. So I'm like a little bit tight, like everything's tight. And it's not comfortable, but it's warmer. And then I did a little bit of working out yesterday, um, because I haven't done it in a while, and I worked out my legs, and I can barely stand up today. Like I didn't think that I overdid it, um, but apparently I did because from this sitting position, it's like I have to hoist myself up. My legs are sore, my butt is sore, everything lower body is sore today. And I really did not think I overdid it. I thought I started out nice and slow. but that is not the case, apparently. I have to watch myself. Um, let's see. We're having rigatoni tomorrow, says Danette. Turkey, ham, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and sweet potatoes for Christmas. Nice. What are you having today? What do you have tonight, Danette? It was chilly, damp today, a chill that goes right through you. I felt like that too. Like it's 49, it's almost 50 degrees, but it was damp and it was misting all day. Everywhere I drive, like it was just enough on the windshield that you'd have to turn on the wipers every once in a while. I took the cats out. Um, I took them out later this afternoon and on one of my stops home, and they went out in the yard with me. Ida Bell did not get to go out in the yard with me because Andrew had gathered her up. He went in to try to fall asleep earlier, and I guess he took Ida Bell in, and I guess it just didn't work out. She wanted out, she didn't, but she missed time going out. That's why he didn't get to bed. He didn't actually get to sleep until after like 5:30 ish. Um, because he finally, like, I guess she caused enough havoc that he let her out. And um it was about that time. But she missed going out. But the other kids and I went outside a little bit, and they don't mind the rain, they don't mind the cold. The wind scares them a little bit, but they they stayed out. Gilbert went right back in real quick. He's our little timid boy. But Tallulah, she was playing with me so hard with this stick. I take a stick and I run it in the grass, and she runs after and she jumps and twirls, and it's pretty dang cute. Um, but she's a long-haired cat, and she is soaked by the time she was done. Um, and Gertie, she was like mostly on the porch, and Barnaby, he was mostly on the porch. It's a little bit chilly, I think, still for them, because cats like to be warm, and they like to be warm. Um, Ava says, not too cold here, but lots of wind and rain. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's been too windy here, thankfully, but it's been it was rainy all day. I was up at the cottage and I hadn't looked behind the cottage for a while. I went up there today and noticed it. A lot of our fencing around our outhouse has fallen. So the last big windstorm we had apparently knocked a lot of our fencing down around there. So that's going to be a thing in the spring that we're going to really have to put energy into fixing. Um, it's kind of um, it's bad that it happened. It was starting to there were pieces of it that were starting to get a little bit wobbly, but like most of the fence around the outhouse is now completely blown over. And I didn't realize it happened until today. So I don't know when it happened, but I'm assuming that we had some really strong windy days over the past few weeks, and I'm guessing that during some of those is when it happened. So that kind of sucked, but we'll just have to repair it in the spring because we're not doing it in the winter. That's for sure. So there has been a lot of wind here. Um, let's see. Bup, bup, bup. Norma says it's 60 here. Oh, nice. Um, Anne says you jumped right in. I used to exercise every morning and have gotten off track. Yeah, it was. I sure jumped right in. I don't know what I thought I did. Like I did um, a few little exercises, and mostly like kind of like squats, and not I didn't think but I'm probably just more out of shape than I realize is what it comes down to. Um and I wish I could do them in the morning, but I do mine in the evenings. It works out best for me. It helps wear me out a little bit too before bed, which I always usually need a little bit of help um shutting my body and brain down before bed with my anxiety and all that good stuff. So that's when I usually do it. Um, Hopefully you get to get back on track if you want to. I think it's good. We're getting that point, like we're getting older, right? And Andrew and I talk about this too. And it's like I don't feel like I'm getting older, necessarily. Like it doesn't hit me, but like I'm getting older, and I'm trying to take better care. We're both trying to do it. Um, and sometimes with a small business, it's easier, and sometimes it's much, much harder. Um, so I need to get my kind of exercise program a little bit more on track too. And so I'm trying. We'll see how it goes. Today was cheeseburgers and cream corn. Nice. That's Danette. Um, it's going to start raining again today until Thursday for Michelle out there in California. Nice. Or not nice. I don't know. At least it doesn't freeze. Here, it's always a chance of freezing. Um, Susie told me that I guess Friday I need to watch going to the store because it's supposed to get rainy, icy, possibly. So that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Um, and if I look at my weather, it's probably going to tell me everything's delightful, everything's going to be fine. Um, but that is not the case, apparently. I trust Susie's weather people more than the ones that I see on mine. Hers are usually much more correct. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Um, I'm trying to think if there's any other interesting things. Andrew's been listening to this audiobook, um, and probably a few audiobooks, but um, I don't know what it is. We watched last night. I'm trying to think of the name of the. We watched these two guys that do property. It's these house building and property and house renovation shows. When we don't like Andrew wanted to get right back to work yesterday. We were having dinner. He's like, I don't want anything long. I don't want anything I'm going to get too involved in. Nothing that's like too bingeable, right? Because if you get into something that's too bingeable, then you don't stop watching. So we pick usually these house construction renovation shows for that. And there's these two guys, and I can't remember the name of it. Um, but they started in Detroit, I believe, and they buy up these old houses and the ones that are falling apart, and they buy them up real cheap and they try and fix them up, and they're trying to improve the communities and give back to the communities. And it was really nice. Um, they gave away, I think, 14 new roofs for people in the community, which was really sweet. So it's good. We like them because they're a couple for one, which you don't see too often. Um, a gay couple on TV doing house renovation. And then um, they started out very small. Like they'd buy one house and renovate it. And then um, they would actually sometimes have to sleep in that house and like live out of that house once they got it to a certain point so that they could keep renovating it, and then they'd sell it and then they'd try and buy another one. And now they've gotten bigger where they don't have to do that, and they have, I think, a bigger company now. And they were just down in New Orleans, and they did a whole season from New Orleans. And I don't know if they're gonna like. I think they ended up now they've gotten canceled. I think we're hoping they do something on their own or keep doing something somehow. But there's still one season after New Orleans, I think, and we're watching that now, and that's where they've given away these roofs, which was really cool to see that they've gotten to a big enough place that they're now really not only are they giving back by renovating the houses in the troubled neighborhoods and um you know places that nobody was building or nobody was buying before, but they're also helping the people throughout the neighborhoods who need help. So that was nice to see. Anyway, that's what we've been watching. Keith and Evan, yes, Norma, you know them. Those guys are my favorite. They have been canceled, sadly. I know. Keith and Evan. I can't remember the name of the show though. Um, Budget something, probably. I don't know. I feel like all those shows, the names all sound the same. And even when we go to look for it, sometimes I can't figure it out because um, they all sound the same to me. I don't know. Kimberly says, sorry, I stepped away for a minute. My daughter interrupted by calling me. That's okay. Talk to your daughter, right? Bargain block. That's it. Thank you, Norma. Yeah, they're awesome. We're watching this last season, and I think it's the season that was after, I think it's like the fifth season or something that's after the New Orleans season, but they did get canceled. and it is sad. I don't know why, because they're really good. I like them. The one thing we keep saying though is that, um, is it Keith? Keith, I think, is the designer. Evan is more the builder, but they all do all the work. Um, and they have people who help them now, some, but um, his designs at the beginning of the series, he used to get really like they used to he used to be more adventurous with his design work. And now it seems like Evan tries to reel him in a little bit, and they mostly design kind of white boxes with a few hints of color here and there, and then the way that they style it, or what's the word? Um, when you put the furniture in, it's not dressing it, but anyway, you know what I mean. When they put the stuff in, that's where they kind of give he has a theme every house, and that's where they kind of put the theme in, is how they set up what they put in there. But if you were to pull that out when you buy the house, you don't really still see that theme. And before, I feel like his designs used to be more throughout the permanent fixtures of the house. Stage it. Thank you, Anne. Yes, that's how. So it's mostly about how they stage it and how he decorates is what the theme comes from. But it used to be more of like sometimes the cabinetry was darker, or they paint walls, or um so I feel like he got less adventurous, or was able to get he was pulled in a little bit. Norma says I miss some of his great wall art. I know, like he used to do a lot of wall murals and his own art and all that stuff on, and then they kind of like, I think Evan is Evan is kind of there's always like a no person on the shows, right? And he is kind of the no person. He's the budget person, and while sometimes you do need to, reel people in for the budget reasons, he also, I think, um, prefers things to be kind of more beige, white, the safe. And I get that when you're selling houses, people come in and make it their own anyway. But it was more fun, I think, for the show when he got to do his art and really, incorporate more of his ideas. Like there was one that was like he made it a very dark theme. And they painted walls dark, and the kitchen cabinets, I think, were very dark, and it was really pretty. It wasn't for everybody, right? But it was a really pretty thing, and he did a really good job on it. And so, Norma says Evan is much less adventurous. Yeah, very much less. Andrew Andrew gets so fired up sometimes, because Evan is so much of the no person sometimes. Um, it's like, let him do his art, of course. Um, the thing is I can see myself in Evan. I can see myself in both of them, but I can see myself in Evan too, because sometimes I'm the one that has to say no, or be the downer about the budget, or keep talking. And you could really tell that the New Orleans stuff was a stretch for them, um, because Evan was like super budget conscious. Like he was like over the top, like anxious about things. So you could tell that was a big stretch for their company to make, going down there to do things. Um, so it was like I could see his anxiety, like because I know what my anxiety feels like, and I was like, I see it in you, Evan. So I know that it was a harder thing for them. Um, Danette says Miss Lucy is feeling better. 10 or 11 days left of doxycycline. Darn dear takes. Well, I'm glad she's feeling better. That's good. Um, yeah, I forgot it was it's 2 weeks. She has to be on it, right? Um, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for people. That's a lot for our animals. But I'm glad that it's making her feel better, and you did catch the actual reasoning of what was happening. Um, because that's hard. That's hard when they can't tell us what's going on. It's always hard. I'm glad you had a good vet that was able to figure that out, um, because it's not easy. I know that. We know that for sure. All right. Well, now that I've gone on my my spiel about our TV shows that we're watching. It's so weird, right? But yeah, we watch. Oh, I've also been watching the last season of Ghosts. Does anybody watch that? Um, there's a UK version and a US version. I'm now watching the most recent season of the US version. And I don't know when it came out. I don't know how far behind I am, but um, I just started watching that too the other day. But I only watch that when usually when Andrew's in another room doing work somewhere else. Um, sometimes because normally I do my work more earlier in the day, and then by the time the live is over, I try to be done with most of my stuff for the day. And usually that's when he is also getting started with a lot of his stuff or getting into a project. So once in a while, I will watch TV while he's in the other room. Um, and um, yeah, so I started watching some of that because he doesn't really watch that. He's not really a comedy show watcher. Every once in a while, I can get him to watch one, but um, no, not generally. We went to the emergency vet in Indiana. I've heard good things about that one. Um, Norma says I'm behind in the US version by about 6 shows. I haven't seen the UK version. I think the UK version was first, I think. And I don't know if there are new seasons of that. There was I forget where I was watching them on. Um, I forget which network streaming service I was watching the UK ones on. And I don't think we have it anymore because I haven't seen that pop up in a while, or maybe it is just over. And then moved on to watching the US one. And I like the US one. Um, but yeah, I'm probably like, I don't know. I just started yesterday or the day before, started watching the first of the most recent season, I think. Um, so I'm behind by a number of episodes. I think there's usually 8 or 9 episodes a season at least. So I'd be behind, yeah, a number of them. I don't know if they're all out though either. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how many episodes are already out or when it started or if it's still going on. Kimberly says Paramount Plus for both. Huh. I have not seen the UK one pop up at all. Not at all. Danette said she's being a stinker about taking her meds now. She's snubbing peanut butter, cheese with her pill in it. Today I wrapped a little tiny piece of lunch meat around the cheese. I know giving our cats pills is pretty much impossible with food. They will not, like, sometimes we try crushing it up and in the food and they smell it or they taste it. We had to have a pill popper. And it's just a little tube with a little thing on the end, and it like you put the pill on the end and you push that down and it, like, pops it into their mouth. And that's pretty much how we've given our cats pills anytime we've had to. Thankfully, we don't have to do that too often. Thank goodness. Um, being outsmarted by a dog. Haha, I know, right? They know. I can hear all my cats. They're all taking turns clawing on my door to get in here tonight. Um, they showed the UK version here, says Norma, and I recorded it, but then had to give up my DVR when I switched to streaming, so I lost my recorded shows. Okay. Yeah. I did that once. When we first moved into this house, I think it was here. It must have been here. We had Comcast, I believe, and we had the DVR and all that with the Comcast, and um, I had recorded some shows. Um, I forget, like I was recording the old Carol Burnett shows, um, and there were some of them like with Cher on it, and um, I forget who else. Betty White, I think, was in one of them that that I recorded, and I had some other shows like that that I had recorded, and of course, when we turned that in, then I lost all those shows. But thankfully, a lot of stuff is on streaming or on YouTube now, so that's good. Um, and so I watch them now. I just went through a thing the other night. Um, Cher was on Saturday Night Live, and I don't get I don't the channel the what is it, Peacock or whatever it is, we don't subscribe to that, so I couldn't watch Saturday Night Live. So I watched a few clips on YouTube of it, and that took me down a Cher rabbit hole. And I started watching all these things on YouTube about Cher and past interviews she's done, and I love Cher. So it's been a while since I've actually seen that, and I haven't seen some of those interviews and stuff. So it was fun to watch. And then I went back and watched some of her older music videos. And I was like, I had no idea that this music video was like this. And then some of them I know I've watched before, but I forgot. Some of them I just have never watched before. It's funny to see the music videos because we didn't have MTV growing up because we didn't have cable. We were so far out in um uh you know out in a very non-populated area, so rural that we didn't have cable. We didn't have any access to it. It wasn't until I was um, probably 16 or 17, maybe, that we got a satellite dish. They started coming down in price. You could actually get one. We could afford one. Before that, it was those gigantic satellite dishes, and only like the fancy people had those in their house. I don't know if you remember those, but they were like huge, like the size of a car. Um, and I remember one of our neighbors got one of those, and we were like, "Ooh, they're fancy. They got the satellite dish." But anyway, so we got the little ones finally, like Dish Network and all that. Um, and then we were finally able to get some cable channels. But growing up, I didn't have that, so I missed out. Like I would listen to Cher on cassette tape because we that's what we have. That's what we had. And it's funny to see the music videos to the songs I grew up on, never having seen them before. Hey,
Ho ho ho.
ho, ho, ho. I was wondering if I said I was not going to wake you up, but you woke up. It's Krampus, everybody. um, but anyway, yeah. So I was watching Cher music videos of things that I grew up on listening to, but never saw the videos of. Okay, my comments came up here now finally. Um,
I was like, not showing stuff yet.
Not yet. Well, it's only 50 minutes in.
What?
I have one cat that will take pills in Greenie's pill pocket, says Norma, but the other two aren't fold. Danette says Lucy does not take the pill pocket. She's stubborn. We normally use American cheese, but today I bought a block of mozzarella and cheddar blend and a pack of pepperoni to try. Oh boy. Won't give her too much pepperoni though. Um, Danette says, I didn't have cable or MTV growing up. I lived in a very rural area as well. Yeah, we couldn't get internet for a long time. And then my friend Brandon, I've known him since kindergarten. We've been friends since. His cousin, I think, started an internet business and actually brought like the landline internet, the old dial up internet to our area. So that was the first place that we were ever able to get internet in our house. Um, and because he lived in the rural area and he wanted to be able to have internet, and so he brought it in and made a business out of it.
Says his cousin Bill Gates.
Yeah, right. And says, I wanted to read Cher's autobiography. They only have one e-copy at the library. I thought they'd get more, but they haven't. I just checked, and the ebook is on sale for $1.99, so I bought it. Nice. I haven't even read that. Um,
Should have put an affiliate link.
I know, right?
Get that
Get
shiny penny.
Get that shiny penny. Ooh, my feet are cold in here. Yeah, I want to read it too. Um, but I will probably have to do it on audiobook, maybe. We'll see. But Andrew's here, and so we have his Krampus ornaments. He's brought them up. Are these ready for sale or are these previewing?
Ready.
Okay, because I told everybody I wasn't gonna just grab them until I knew they were done for sure. And if you came in, then but I wasn't gonna wake you up because you just went to bed at like 5:30.
Yeah, I worked hard, and
I
then
said you've been working on these for like 24 hours since we last talked to you.
and then I had my meeting today with Jen, so that
Yeah, you did have a meeting today too. Let me flip this camera
so
out. Here we go.
I was semi delirious.
She's probably used to it.
I haven't really pushed myself this far in a long time.
Yeah, you were up for a long time. All right. So let's look at these Krampuses. Now, how much are they going to be? I may as well give them numbers tonight.
I do have to seal the back. I think I sealed everything.
I'm going to call these
I'm gonna go over one time more with extra sealer.
sealer. I'm going to call these KRA lots tonight, y'all, for Krampus, but everything is going to be KRA. And how much are these?
I have to talk to you about that. I was thinking maybe
Because I was thinking originally,
we'll try it.
what do you want?
Uh,
Well,
But there is a lot of I worked hard on these, but there's also the other thing is that there's a lot of play. Like I literally am down to a few like my polymer extravaganza is maybe gonna run out pretty soon because I may have to divert my attention to something else because I'm almost out.
yeah, we got to restock his clay.
The stuff that they saw at Michael is not enough.
Yeah.
That's like 1 minute of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So I usually buy in a place called Monroe Craft.
Hmm.
And I usually wait for their 50% off sale.
Yeah.
And their 50% off sale is on the 30th.
Oh boy.
So I hope we sell many
So we can afford.
because when I buy it, it's hundreds of dollars for the big packs because
Yeah.
I buy it by the pound.
Now I told them, I said these are definitely like collector pieces.
And hopefully, if they do well, then I can
Hand me one.
I can start. So some of these are inspired by Krampus, and some of them are more literally Krampus, and then some of them are um, a little bit more whimsical. Now I got this new clay. I'm not 100% in love with it, so I had to doctor it pretty good and hard. Those lights don't do that any favor.
I know.
Like it looks, because it's like stop in the name of the law. The spotlight. Anyway, so I got this new lightweight clay, and I don't know what they do to make it light, but they like whip it with fairy dust. So they're a little bit lighter than if they were made with regular clay. But I also had to mix a bunch of stuff into the clay to make it so that it would be sculptable the way
Mhm.
that I'm used to it. Because there's a little bit of if you use that stuff straight out of the package, it doesn't move as smoothly.
Norma says, wow, that's a great Krampus.
Um,
Next.
Now the eyes, it's too bad Laura Belko's not watching. Um, I saw her at a show many, many years ago. Believe it. Can I give it to me for a second? It looked like it licked the cat.
Eating up the cats.
So I saw her many, many years ago, and she was at a show, and she had these vintage Japanese glass eyeballs. And I looked them up now, and I was like, "Ooh!" I was a little bit startled about how much they go for nowadays. But
But you used them in here.
yeah, so I wanted to use them finally. Normally, the scale that I sculpt at is
Yeah, you wouldn't use those for eyes.
no, they're too big because usually everything I do is like a quarter of that size.
Uh,
So I just kind of had these eyes hanging out. I mean, let's be honest, I have many eyes.
yes, you do.
So it's not like I'm like eye poor. Um, so anyways, I've been working on these probably I just had them started maybe yesterday.
You showed a preview of the one or the two yesterday.
You know,
Yeah, we showed the teaser on the live.
I don't remember.
And then you went and did, I don't know how many more,
Um,
including finishing those other ones.
but I listened
Ava
to
says, wow, so cool.
eh,
Suzanne said, excellent.
so I listened to the heck out of them book.
I was saying you were listening to a book. I don't know what it was. I don't know how many books you
I
listened
think it
to.
was one. It's
It's still the same one.
yeah, I'm on the last hour and a half of it.
That must be long. Holy moly.
But I'm a little bit delirious, so I don't actually know like what's kind of going on. They just had some kind of battle.
And the reader has an accent.
Yeah, that author, she loves this one narrator, and she's fine, but it's not
I
my
don't know if
first
these are going to
choice.
fit into a bag.
She has a very strong Russian accent,
Yeah.
and so that it makes it a little bit hard to hear what she's saying sometimes. But I mean, I guess if you're used to that, then it's not.
I at first thought it was like AI reading it because um
Now these ones, when we wrap these up, they'll be more delicately wrapped.
yeah, these will all come to you in a box wrapped up.
Because um,
I'm trying to
I would say
carefully
to treat them just like you would a regular ornament
like
that
a
you would have
glass ornament.
on your tree. And cause anyway, so I was finishing this book by Naomi Novik, called Uprooted, and I thought I had listened to it a long time ago, but apparently I only listened to the preview because I was like, did I listen to this? Because I was like, I don't think I listened to this. And then because sometimes I listen to so many audiobooks that sometimes I forget. And so this one's more like a cat, Krampus.
I love this one.
It's kind of like a Yule cat, a little bit, a little less crampy. It's like an in between,
In between.
like a licky tongue. Now this one is little heifer.
Little heifer.
It's heavier,
Oh, yeah, it's a heavier one.
and because I made it bigger,
Yeah, it is bigger.
and started mixing in some of the other clay, so you can see there is a difference in the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And that one kind of looks like the other one, but just bigger. Anyway, so I started listening to that audiobook, and then I was like, it sounds familiar. But then some of her stuff is like a kind of like a retelling of stuff. So then I was like, is this like a retelling of some? So I just like hung out, and it turns out I didn't read it. So kind of reminded me a little bit of Ball's Moving Castle a little bit. And then that one, he's got, what do they call that one? It's like got the little piece in the back for the hair,
like a like the who was it? The clergy used to have. Did they used to have that like around the
like a bowl cut.
like a bowl cut around the
Kind
head?
of reminds me of the haircut that Hellboy has.
Ava says, I saw Bobcat on a walk today. He looked a little like number 4.
Oh, that's
No horns, though,
that you could see.
that you could see.
Maybe they have it in secret.
Trying to be very careful with these. And KRA6. These are $86 each. They are collector's editions of his ornaments.
If they sell well, then maybe I can start sculpting on a larger scale.
Boy, that's got a big tongue for that head.
Uh-huh. I like it.
That's fun. That's almost like fish-like or something.
Like I would love to make stuff for like maybe movies or I don't know, something where I could have little creatures. Um, and yeah, it'd be nice to
Your own little web series.
I don't know. I don't know how you call talented in that way. I was talking to Jen about this, and she was like, "Maybe you should." We're talking about. I was like, "Well, maybe I could get them animated somehow."
Mm-hmm.
Could learn animation. I was like, "Whoa,
Like, no, not me.
somebody else on the Fiverr."
He's like, I don't need another hobby, another craft
Some nice little Indian
to
boy
learn.
who's to feed his family in India. Because I don't think I can learn the animation.
You're not gonna do that?
No, there's schools for that. I went to SVA, which was known as an animation school. And I don't know, never say never, but
Is this the last one?
that's the last one of
So
the.
there's 7 of these. Did I count right? Yeah, 7 of these.
But
Oh, look at that one with the teeth. Oh, I like the green on this one too.
I think the green turned out particularly nice.
Yeah, it did.
I may make some that are small.
And we've not released these online yet. This is the first view.
Anybody's
You
seen
do
that.
have a number of collectors who like your Krampuses, so
These are like Krampus plus plus.
yeah.
But imagine if I could make these like life size.
Oh boy,
Wouldn't that be fun?
that would be fun.
So we'll start a GoFundMe, and I'm sure y'all will chip in. And then maybe in 4 to 6 years, when I finish sculpting it,
Right?
I have like one big sculpture of me every couple of years.
Anne says these are really amazing sculptures.
Thanks. But the origin of these, I guess. I mean, like there's a lot of origins to it. But like I love Jim Henson growing up and watching like the Dark Crystal and Brian Froud and Wendy Froud
Mhm.
and Labyrinth and all those things with the puppets. And then I also, I love, I don't know if you'll know this or not, but I love the ugly jug heads that are made. They're primarily made in North Carolina, but they are, um, I mean, I guess they're, I don't know. I'm definitely not describing them well, but they look like these ceramic jugs the artist turned into these heads, and they're very kind of like a little bit creepy, a little bit fun.
Here, I'll give these back to you because you're gonna seal them. And if any of them sell here, they'll go here. Otherwise, I'll put these in the online store.
I haven't even taken pictures of these. So those are kind of like the idea of like a source inspiration for these. And I know I'm a little bit late this year on Krampus thing, but Krampus lives in our heart 24/7, 365.
Right?
Punish the wicked.
Punish the wicked. All right.
Better be nice.
Better be nice, everybody.
Better not be naughty. Better be nice.
No naughtiness.
But I would love to, for one, find a nice source for more of these eyeballs now that I'm like, this is what the scale that I sculpt at. And so I'd like to get some more eyeballs. I found one place online, so I don't know how good that is.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, they're like $10 for four, so they're not inexpensive.
No, that's not inexpensive.
And they're like straight up made in Japan. The little tiny, there's a little tag.
Oh yeah.
And
I know that tag.
so I'd like to get, I mean, I probably have some more. I just have to dig around. And then, yeah, so that's what I made.
I like them.
Thanks.
I like them a lot.
William, he was like, "What do y'all think?" And I was like, "I don't ask people that. Like, here's what I made.
Here's what I made.
Eat up time or not."
Next up, one of my pendants with Andrew's decal,
Oh, I was
the
thinking of
Hemsa.
making some Nessies. Maybe
I
tonight.
just sold the Nessie one yesterday.
No, but big.
Big Nessies.
Like
Oh, Ava
quarter.
said pizza's here. See y'all later. Happy holidays to y'all. You too, Ava. You
What
too.
is for dinner?
I'm making
Merry Christmas, Ava.
soft tacos for dinner.
Uh-huh.
That didn't sound. It's that or pasta. I got two different things.
It sounds like it will be many moons before I can eat.
Probably.
Ugh.
Uh,
Ugh. Go back to bed.
I didn't think you'd be awake yet.
Well,
So
I was excited to share them.
I
I
know.
wanted people to see my hard work that I've given my life force into.
Yeah, you did. Knocked yourself out today on that one.
Yeah, and then there, like, one was something about, because he's gonna go to his brother's place for Christmas, and
Hmm.
I was like, what if I stayed home and sculpted instead?
And now you're out of sculpting materials. So you.
Just enough
Oh.
for the next few to get me through the sale.
To the sale.
December 30th. So my goal is make about $300 or $400 from polymer clay. And you would think that that's like a lot of polymer clay. Turns out it's not.
These are large dyed howlite
Boy, those are
nuggets.
blue.
These are blue.
They look nice.
They are nice. These are vintage. And they've got this kind of almost, they got the grain working through it too. It's almost metallic looking. It's really cool.
Jen said I should make these. I should make my creatures into pendants for
Into
jewelry.
independence.
And do like this real funky, like wild beadwork. I was like, I don't know if I have that in me.
How you're gonna seed bead them?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, like I think that like the focal, and then have like big like
Oh, use one of those actually as a focal.
maybe not those specific
Oh.
ones, but like that as like an idea. And I was like, I maybe, but I kind of. I know this sounds weird, and I don't know if it's gonna be true forever. But I kind of want to keep things a little bit separate. Like, so in theory, we're working on a finished jewelry line. And the finished, like, we're just trying to hustle anything we can do to keep this creative castle afloat.
This is black spinel.
That's pretty.
Black
Yeah,
spinel drops.
she used to collect the black spine now.
I know.
You're like, hey, take a look.
Where's my? There it is.
But
Get the
she's got
size
so
on
much
this.
black spine out from us over the years that I doubt she has a need for it.
Anymore.
And
Oh,
she's
we're in
every time
inches.
I would think of her, I would say, oh, blah blah likes it. But
These are about 6.5 inches by about 5, not inches, millimeters.
because they're so sparkly.
They are. They're nice. One strand left.
Did
Was
you know
36, now 28.
the spinel comes in red? And that they confuse the spinel on some of the crown jewels.
Yeah.
They thought they were rubies, and then they're like, "Oh, they're spinels."
We were talking about that yesterday a little bit with the sapphires
Oh,
and the spinels.
I don't, I don't remember, but um,
Well, you weren't talking about the crown jewels and stuff, but
oh,
you'd mentioned that they used to mistake them
oh, the
or try to
rubies.
pass them off as different things.
Oh, yeah, because the rubies and the sapphires are actually similar. They're uh, they're corundum stones.
These are Western German buttons. Is that right? Vintage Western German
This from Ava.
buttons.
So there you go.
She went to eat pizza. She's not here anymore to see them, but these are $6 each, and we have 4 of them available. These little baby face glass buttons.
I used to make these into rings,
Yeah, you did.
and they had red ones and black ones, and like the weirdest pale pink, and they kind of look like um, they're definitely have you know like sometimes if you use baby dolls in your artwork, they're sweet and nice, and then sometimes it's slightly sinister.
Slightly sinister.
Like when it's bright red, it kind of looks like it's like or black. It's like welcome to the
Are
BDSM
these
chamber.
S word?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the price.
Sure.
That's why I was like, are these really S word?
Anyway, so that's what I used to use them for.
S word crystal.
And some of you might have them. I don't know. I didn't really do many pendants. I made them into rings.
You get 2 of these for $2.
Are those our Rivolies?
Uh-huh. With a hole
Uh-huh.
drilled for pendants. You get 2 of them for $2. S word crystal. And they are, let me give you the size. These are the 14 millimeter ones. 14 millimeter.
Yeah, so anyways, that's life.
That's life.
Those make great earrings.
Yeah,
Razzle
for
dazzle.
$2. It's like
Blind the
it's
forest.
like giving them away.
Well, they're priced to move.
They are priced to move. I'm gonna put these away. Give us some
So what are you
space.
paying?
Nobody has said anything
They're
since,
fixed.
I guess. And since Anne said these are really amazing sculptures.
Oh, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
Well, maybe they're looking at the beads. They're like,
I
whoa.
hope so. I hope so.
Is there a good number of people watching?
17 people watching.
Oh, not terrible. Oh, no, Ava's eating pizza right now.
You do know that.
I would like some pizza.
I said I was gonna get some pizza today, but then I was like, we've just had pizza twice in like the last 2, 3 days.
William, as you can tell from our Italy trip, I could eat pizza
You do love the pizza every day.
It is wonderful. Dumpling, like if they serve dumplings there, it's like nature's perfect foods. Pizza
Pizza
and
and
dumplings.
dumplings. This is some
Pretty.
beautiful quartz.
Like a salt and pepper.
Yeah, these are
You gotta push it.
they were 15. I'm gonna make it 12. Micro faceted quartz, all different kinds. Regular quartz, tourmalinated quartz, rutilated quartz,
I will call it salt and pepper.
salt and pepper quartz.
It doesn't look as good on the screen as it does in real life.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but usually, I guess it's nice that it's not the other way around.
I know you don't want it to look so good when people get it. They're like, oh.
Like what I do.
These are 2.5 millimeter faceted rounds in our little salt and pepper quartz.
I think they're a little bit more sparkly in real life, and they almost look like
Angela's here, says hello, snowing here in Boston.
they kind of look like rough diamonds a little bit.
Did I know you were in Boston?
Which Angela?
Grisham.
She don't live in
I was gonna
Boston.
say, what are you doing in Boston?
She lived in.
She's down south, right?
Uh,
Yeah. Like, what is
Hopefully, it's a nice trip. People don't have to stay in one place.
it's true. It's true. Oh, we sold 12. That's this S word. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Get the ball rolling on sales here tonight.
Oh, you mean none of the Krampus sold?
None of the Krampus is sold.
I know it's more expensive. That's the thing is like we were talking about this, and a lot of times I really try really hard to make my stuff as accessible as possible, and sometimes to the point where we're losing money. And so,
Lose money.
I think that's a fair price. There are people who like sell stuff that's like that, and they charge way more.
Way more. That could be hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
And there's a bunch of ceramic people that I follow, and they sell.
Gesundheit. These are the 14 millimeter Rivolis. $2 for those.
Like one of my favorite sculptors, her name is Esther Shimazu,
Oh my goodness.
and her pieces are like that would be like $500 or $600.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Hers are ceramic though, so it's a little bit of a different. But you know what? Some people sell there's this place they sell at the Ford and Forlano. They sell polymer and it's like thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just depends what you do with it. It's like anything. But I know we just released a bunch of other ornaments too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I know not everybody likes Krampus. So, oh well. They'll end up where they.
Well, we haven't put them online, and you do have collectors that especially wait for you to do Krampus things.
uh,
We
Especially.
got to make sure that they are well aware that you've created these.
Yeah. And I don't really do the lead up. I wish that like we had somebody who like followed me around and they would just like film me,
This is vintage check glass,
and I would be like, film this, and then they would film it.
right?
Because I try to get one
12
for you,
millimeters.
but he's usually busy,
Busy
so
or asleep.
so he can't just like follow me around.
Yeah.
Um, but like a lot of times my hands get dirty, and then once my hands get dirty, then that's pretty much when I stop taking pictures.
Yeah, you don't touch your phone.
Yeah, because then you don't get your nice phone get all scuzzy.
I know.
And my phone does get scuzzy, even though I don't want it to. So you'll see there's a point in the process, like when the paint comes out, usually I don't touch my phone.
You don't get any more product shots or progress shots.
Like, I don't think I have any progress shots for the Krampus.
We just sold 15. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Like, I don't think there's even one picture of it in progress.
No.
So, also, how depends on how delirious I am. So, I mean, I'm trying to do that live work balance and like not
So I
let
was talking about a
myself.
little bit more. We're trying to be better about it.
Nah, let's skip that right away.
Skip that right away.
Uh-huh.
14 has just sold. Thank you so much.
Like when we went to Italy, we're like, what do it be like if we like actually take care of ourselves? And we're like, well, maybe when we get back, we'll have a more gentle pace of living. And we
Right
did
back
like,
into it.
I think also, like because we were away, um,
Is this,
we
you
had to
think
play a
that
little bit of a catch up.
is that? And you think that's the price?
What is it? That looks like emeralds.
That's what I was like, is it?
Mm, I don't want to say emeralds and then them not be.
Well, let me pick something else while you look at.
So anyway, so we're just kind of playing a little bit of catch up, and that is sometimes tricky.
Yeah, we jumped right back in from Italy. We did not hit work-life balance.
Not at all.
This is beautiful lampwork glass, and it was 24, bringing it down to $18. Look at the colors in this. Super pretty. Beautiful lampwork piece. That is really nice. And this is 28 by 30 millimeters approximately. Nice size hole through the center. One of those available, KRA 16. And since people are liking these, the same. It's the same color. Let's put that back. It's the same color. The comments stopped over here again for some reason
On what?
on StreamYard. KR17. These are these Rivolis again. $2 for both of them. This is in the yellow color. Two of them for $2.
I think this is just like a really nice aventurine.
That's what I was wondering. They look a lot like aventurine, but like a nice.
Like they look like emeralds.
Yeah, they're so dark.
Yeah.
Hmm? What price should I do on those?
Maybe 24.
24. That's what I first thought too, is that they were aventurine. 24. And this 24 was the old wholesale price on these, y'all. Like, just so you can see. Wholesale. So you are getting, we're passing that along. This is a vintage strand.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, it's so pretty. I think it is aventurine. Aventurine faceted pillows. It's a half strand.
Very glowy.
And they're 14 millimeters. They're really glowy. Really beautiful.
Faceted, rounded squares. All right, I gotta warm up.
Yeah, it's chilly in here. It's not it's cold in here.
And I was sleeping, so I was in my t-shirt.
As I said, we sleep in that room, and then you get used to the heat in there, and it actually gets chilly, and then you come out here, and it's like really chilly. Like my toes are like ice right now.
Yeah, we don't have a little heater anymore.
I know. We
I
didn't
tried
find the
to
other
put
one.
I didn't look.
Yeah, you took it. You took the other one apart. It didn't work.
No, I don't. I think there's an issue with the power into it because the light it doesn't even like. I don't know what happens. It got maybe blown out.
These are Heather Powers humble beads. Normally 15. I'm dropping them down to $14 for you. I can't go lower than that because she sells these a lot for that price.
She still sells them.
Uh-huh.
This borderline vintage stuff.
Yeah.
I've been collecting her stuff for years and years.
Yeah,
and
we
years.
like her a lot.
She used to run this thing. Some of y'all probably remember.
We sold 17 and we sold 18.
It's called
Thank you
Art
so much.
Bead Scene.
Mm-hmm.
And she really was instrumental in pushing the art bead kind of trend.
Yeah.
And she worked real hard on getting people familiar with different artists. And so
Yeah, and she's come to Ligonier, I don't know how many times to do retreats with us. When we used to do the retreats.
we were supposed to do one in 2020.
I know.
And
We were planning it all out.
It was gonna be the one that because when she would come, it was near her birthday, and her birthday was during a meteor shower, so it was gonna be like shooting star themed.
Cool.
And then that didn't happen. But I saw she was hanging out with some people, so who knows? Maybe
We'll do it again.
we'll entice her back.
Yeah. Norma says that green is gorgeous, wasn't it?
Did it sell?
Yep.
Oh, good.
This is vintage Czech. These are little star hexagon.
Like a pentagon.
Pentagon. That's right. Pentagon beads. You get the whole strand. It was 18, dropping it down to $16.
All right. See ya.
KRA 20. See ya.
And then the cat abandoned.
Oh, these are about 8 millimeters by 12. 8 by 12 millimeters. Really pretty. Love these. Oh, somebody tried to grab 19 again. Sorry. Oh no, 19. 19 has sold twice. I just saw 2 emails pop up. I thought I already said that. No. Somebody just tried to grab again. That is sold out now. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, we just sold 20 as well. Thank you. Thank you. That's a beautiful red strand right there. And KRA 21. This was 38. I'm bringing it down to 34. But it is we don't normally put this one on set. We've only offered it once before. You can see that used to be the price, 38. It's the old price. And it's this glass skull. Artisan glass. I don't know how this is done, but it's super cool. And it's like opalescent. It glows. It's so cool. You put that with some opalite. I had some opalite here. I don't know if I could find it though. It'd probably take me longer to find it. But imagine that with some opalite. So awesome. And this pendant is about 23 by 31.5 millimeters. I wish I could find some opalite right now, but I don't even know if it's here in this pile. But that would be really, really cool, I think. All right. I just love that. I don't know how, because it's just kind of magical to me. I don't know how that's even done. ARA22. Let's see what else I got in here. I can't go any lower on this one. This is a really nice strand of pearls. Vintage pearls from Andrew's collection. $48 for the strand. Beautiful white pearls. Beautiful nacre. Beautiful color. Super, almost glossy. Like they're just really nice higher end vintage pearls. Look at that strand. It just keeps going and going. They're so beautiful. Oh, we just sold 21. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I think this would be a really awesome combination. Like, look at the colors, the blues and the pinks that come out in the pearls when you set that with it. Like, just imagine like a higher end necklace being done with that. So pretty together. Be ready for a fright night for sure. I'm going to put 21 away since that is sold. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all are liking the things I pulled here for today. I appreciate it so much. It really helps us out as we go into the slower times of the year. Let's see what's next. What do I want to show next? Oh, these were 22. Let's drop them down to 18. And I think I've got, let me see, I think I've got 3 strands of these available. And 3 strands of these. Area 23. These are vintage pearls. These are a dyed vintage pearl. Freshwater. And this beautiful orangey gold ambery color. And we have 3 strands of these available. They were 22. I'm bringing them down to 18 for you all. You can tell the nacre is really thick on these. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but you can tell that there's like a very thick coating on there. I mean, natural, not a coating that somebody put on, but it's just juicy almost. Really beautiful pearls. 3 strands available. Was 22 a strand, now 18 a strand. I'm going to put these away. Nobody's grabbed any of the 13s. They are still available. Let me show you one strand of these, because sometimes when we show them all, you can't really tell what like a strand would look like. But look at these. I don't know if you can see the tourmalinated, the black tourmaline in there. They're really beautiful for as small as they are. They've really got great inclusions in there with the tourmaline, and there's some rutilation in some of them. The gold you'll see in there. Some have a little bit of both rutilation and tourmalination, but they are pretty exquisite. Andrew said they're like salt and pepper beads. Oh, I like that one right there. Rutilation and tourmalination. Really pretty. That's KRA 13, now $12 a strand. Find the bag for those. So one of these. How's everybody doing? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Oh, I love these. Oh, great. This was 24 for the strand. I'm going to bring it down to 18. This is so pretty. I love these stones. Each one of these stones is like a piece of artwork, I feel like. Each one is different. They're just super beautiful. I think they're all agates. But look at some of these. Look at that. Some of the patterns in these are so like excessive in a good way. Like, look at that. Super beautiful. These corner drilled squares. And they're all so different. Look at that one. Love, love, love that. Love those. So you get the whole strand. Was 24, now 18. And these are, let me measure them for you, about 17 millimeter. 17 millimeter beads. One strand available, KRA 24. Okay, I'm going to put this lampwork piece away. Give you one more showing of that. Super pretty. I think that could go maybe with these. That could be pretty cool. See, that's a little bit. What about that? What about that? Look at those together. Those. Oh, I like that. Add a little bit of that. Add some blue beads in there of some sort. Maybe some aquamarine in there. Wouldn't that be fun? That's a really pretty combination. I hate to even put that away because now I'm thinking about that. Trying to think, do I have any blue beads that could go well with that? They'd be super pretty. Let me see something here. Oh, we sold 24. Thank you so much. Sold that a few times. People like that one. I'm glad because I think it's super pretty. Okay. Let me put this in here. So I have these beads. Now, somebody did already get these, but I happen to have them here beside me, and I want to show you um, these. Uh, this color, particularly, I think would go well with this stuff we're looking at. So we have these, and I think if you got like those with these, with this, look how pretty. It's like the perfect combination. So nice. Anyway, okay. Just had to because I saw those sitting beside me. I had those packed up for somebody, but couldn't not share that. I think it's so nice. All right. I made room so I don't have to put that away yet. KRA 25. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe these are vintage Japanese. Um, and for those of you who are cloud dancing, these are a white bead. It's I have them, they're stranded up by the hank. You get one strand of these. They were 22 a strand, taking them down to 16 a strand. They are graduated, I believe, vintage Japanese glass beads in white, and they graduate from approximately 3 millimeters up to 8 millimeters. And that's approximately the strand size. And they're they're a glowy kind of opaque, slightly. Yeah, they're more opaque. I don't know, slightly transparent. I don't know. Not really. They're almost like a milky, I guess a milky white. I love them. We have 8 strands. Andrew says you busted out some nice pearls. Yes, yes, I did. And these aren't that expensive. But I have 8 strands here. KRA 25, $16 a strand only, down from $22 a strand. We've just sold one of the 25s. Thank you so much. We have 7 of them still available. Once those are gone, we'll probably never, those are so nice. We're not going to find those again. Okay. Let's give you a really nice reduction on these. Not just because. And says Carrie 25 would look so sweet with so many little pendants. Yeah, because you got like you could they don't graduate to a big size. You don't have a lot of the big ones on there. It's kind of a dainty little look, and then you could just throw a nice little pendant on there. Yep, I think they're really cool. Um, they called these milk glass, Andrew said. So it's milk glass, and that's why I said it looks milky. It's it is. That's what the name was. All right. Carry 26. This strand was $38. I'm gonna drop it all the way to 28 since we only have one left for y'all. And you may or may not like it. It's smoky quartz. Sometimes people grab up this smoky quartz and sometimes they don't. But it's really nice quality, beautiful smoky quartz faceted rounds. Beautiful strand, vintage again. And these are 8mm beads of smoky quartz. Really exciting strand right there. A lot of movement, really pretty. We just sold another 25. Thank you so much. And this is 26. Was $38, now $28. One strand available. All right. I didn't convince anybody on that one. On 16, it looks like. So I'm going to take 16 off the table. Let me see. Where's my bag for that? In here. Put this back in line. 15, 16, 22. Just sold 26. Thank you so much. That one is now sold. I'll take that one off the table. Oh, I did just sell the lamp work. 16. Thank you so much. I did convince somebody. Thank you, thank you. So we still have 22, these pearls, these beautiful pearls on here. Only $48 for the strand. Exquisite vintage freshwater pearl strand. Look at that. Only $48 for the strand. We have these pearl strands. I still have 3 available. I hate all those the cord in there, but there you go. Beautiful color on those. Goes with that lampwork pendant really well. Was 22, now 18. And I'm going to move over the milk glass rounds. I've sold 2 of those, so we still have 6 of those available. Let's see what else I have in my little bag of goodies over here. Okay, I've got 3 lots of these available. These are the red skunk eye beads. We had black ones the other day. I have the red. These are from the 1800s, red skunk eye beads. You get 4 of them for $16. And these are the African slash Venetian. They're about 11.5 millimeters. They do vary. That one's 10.5, 11, 11. So 11, 10.5 to 11.5 millimeters. Red skunk eye beads. antique from the 1800s. You get 4 of them for $16. And we've only got 3 lots of those available. Kimberly says, did the skull pendant sell? Yes, it did. Yes, it did, Kimberly. Andrew says those are particularly nice. I think that was the smoky quartz, maybe. And says that was a beautiful bead. Oh yeah, the lampwork one really, really was. KRA 28 coming up. Let's see. I have a lot in here. I'm just not sure. Let's do this. All right. This one was 26. I'm going to bring it down to 22. KRA 28. This is another lampwork glass bead. Really beautiful. It's kind of a springtime bead, maybe, or summer, but really beautiful floral scene with the lentil shape in the back. Look at all those beautiful colors, purples, greens, yellows, whites. Like, just, I think, imagine that on the end of something like that. It kind of captures those little bulbous shapes on there, or maybe on the pearls. Imagine those together, set off by all the colors in the nacre on the pearls. Very pretty. That was 26, now down to 22. Size on that is approximately 26.5 millimeters. 26.5 millimeters. KRA 28. Okay, I'm gonna put this strand away. Nobody's jumping on those pearls. Or amethyst with a little peridot, says Andrew, right? Those pearls away. KRA 22 going away, going back into Andrew's cabinet. That was from his cabinet of wonders. Those will go right back into his cabinet, into his case. It is a glass case that he keeps certain beads in. That's what those pearls were from. His special beads go in there. That's where the Ethiopian opal that we had yesterday came out of, and the sapphires from yesterday came out of. Is it trash night? Yes, and I already put out some of the trash. Okay, what else do we have here? You know what we go? I have a strand. Where was it? Where are you? Where are you? There it is. Ooh. Okay. I think these, let me see. How are we doing this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, Just dropped one, of course. Oh, let me go find it. I can stand up. Because I know if I don't get it now, I am going to forget to get it later. All right. These little beauties. Let me pick up all the things that I've knocked over now. These are $5 for 10 beads. And I've got 3 lots of them. And these are uranium glass. And they are green and purple, which would go really lovely with that lampwork bead. Right beside. They're little bumply uranium glass beads. And look how fun those would be to put together. It's like they were made to be. I didn't plan that, but it's pretty cool. But the uranium glass itself is just cool. $5 for 10 beads. And again, it does glow under the black light. And we've got 3 lots of those available. KRA 29. And the last one tonight, we'll go to 30. KRA 30. Let's see. These were 28. I'm going to bring them down to 20. And let me see how many I have of these beauties. Only 2. Only 2 left. They call this style sugar beads, Andrew said. These little bumbly little beads. They look like little sugar-coated beads. And the last one tonight, KRA 30 was 28 a strand, now 20. These are micro-faceted lapis. Beautiful lapis. Look at the flash on those. Look at the deep, deep blue. That's some exquisite quality lapis right there. Really, I shouldn't go below like $24 on these, but I've got 2 left. $20 a strand if somebody wants any. They are 3 millimeters. And they are, like I said, that's an exquisite quality lapis, micro-faceted round. Gorgeous color. 2 of them available. Those definitely speak for themselves right there. I don't even have to talk about those. They're so pretty. Gorgeous is Kimberly. They are gorgeous. All right, y'all. And that is the show for tonight. I said earlier, we probably will be doing a show tomorrow, even though it's Christmas Eve. So if you're around, come hang out with us. If you're not, and it will be later at night. Tomorrow's Wednesday, but I don't have pottery class. So we will probably do the show later at night, or maybe we'll do it during the day still and then take the evening kind of off. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we just sold one of the lapises, so if you're looking for one, grab it because there's only one left now. That's a steal, y'all. Thank you for that too. So yeah, we'll do something tomorrow at some point in time. So stay tuned and hope you all have an amazing evening. And I'm gonna go do the spreadsheeting and all that good stuff and then get some dinner going. So thank you so much. Suzanne says happy holidays, everyone. Good night. Good night, Suzanne. I know we won't see you tomorrow, so have a great season and we'll see you after Christmas when we come back. All right, everybody. Have a great one. Bye now.